Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm glad you are joining me today. This mani is going to be lots of fun and we're going to do a lot of things in this one mani. So we're going to do some tap ombre, some stamping, and we're going to throw in some chrome powder for good measure. So let's talk about the products. Dipology was kind enough to send over some of her newer spring colors. This one is called Orange Sherbet. How do you say that? I don't know. I'm from New England, so I think I say sherbet. I don't know. And then the purple is Lilac Attack. It's gorgeous. These powders are so finely milled. They're super easy to ombre with. But then the other thing she sent me is one of her new toppers. This is regular nail polish. It's not gel or dip top coat or anything like that. It's just a lovely little topper that adds a little bit of shimmer to whatever color you're wearing. It's got like a little bit of that Aurora shift to it. So it's really, really subtle. If you are looking for just a little subtle glow to your color, that will be perfect. If you want to add more, you can do more layers. We'll talk about that a little bit later. I'm going to be using this stamping plate from Maniology. It is one of the Mani by Me plates from the last box that went out. Not this month's, but last month's. And then I'm going to use some sticky stamping polish from Clear Jelly Stamper and some unicorn chrome, and this one is from Sparkle & Co. Now, I will not be using the chrome powder in the traditional sense. I will be using it with the sticky stamping polish. This is not a new technique, but it is a new to me technique because I personally have not done it before. So I'm really excited about trying that. And of course, whenever you're working with stamping polishes and things like that, you want to have some sticky base coat and no smudge top coat on hand to help your design stick and then to protect it after. Now to get into applying the colors, I am going to do a Lilac Attack on my pinky and my thumb, and I'm going to do a solid nail of the Orange Sherbet on my index finger. Sherbet. It's so weird saying that word. I don't know. It doesn't sound right to me. I don't think I'm pronouncing it correctly. You tell me. Anyway, I'm going to move past that and we're going to talk about these powders. These powders are extremely finely milled, but also I noticed that they are pretty sheer when applying them. As you can see, that's one layer and I can pretty much still see everything underneath that layer. So I did go ahead and apply 3 dips of these colors. That is not my normal routine. Generally, I only apply 2 dips of color and then a dip of clear. And that is usually enough, but I wanted these colors to be more opaque. Now, the nice thing about these colors is because they are sheer like this, they are incredibly easy to ombre with. A lot of times, really opaque colors don't blend well when you're ombreing them. That is not the case for these colors. They're very sheer, so the ombre is almost seamless. I very rarely get such nice results from a tap ombre, and this tap ombre came out fabulous. The blend between the 2 colors is just beautiful. Again, you know, when you ombre colors that are not similar to each other, they're on opposite ends of the color spectrum, you have to work a little harder to make the blend happen, and that is not the case with these colors because of the sheerness. They blended so nicely. Okay, I think I've talked enough about that. So I did the other 2 dips off camera. I did this to save time and to not bore you to tears. But we are going to get into this tap ombre. I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. I'm going to talk you through it a little bit, and then I'm going to let you watch me do the second and third layers without me blabbing at you. So we're going to start off with the purple because that is the color closest to the cuticle area. That's where I like to start my ombres. And I'm going to just gently tap the brush so that the powder falls onto my nail. And I'm also, I don't know if you can really see it with the camera angle, but I'm angling my finger downward. It's pointing down towards the jar so that when I tap, the powder falls gently towards the center of the nail. And I'm going to go slightly past halfway. Now with tap ombre, you have to trust the process. So believe me, now I'm going to go in with the orange and I'm going to tip my finger upward away from the jar. And I'm going to tap the color on and cover the entire tip of the nail. And then, as you're going to see here, I'm going to go slightly past halfway on this side so that the two colors overlap in the center. And this is how you get a nice blend with a tap ombre. Now I'm going to go on and do the same exact process with the other finger on my middle finger. And then when I go to do the next layer on my ring finger, I'm going to switch what color I start with. So the second layer, I'm going to start with the orange, which is the color at the tip, and then I'm going to apply the purple. And the process is going to be the same on the ring finger. And then for my third layer, I'll start with the purple again. I always do 3 layers when I'm doing a tap ombre, and the reason for that is this. You want to create that perfect blend in the center, and 3 layers really is the magic number. But also, I like to do 3 layers because it adds strength. When you're doing a tap ombre, the layers tend to be very thin. So that third layer really helps with added strength and providing you with that lovely blend in the center of your nail. So I'm going to just let you watch the rest of this process. Once I'm finished with the ombre, I am going to encapsulate everything in clear. Then I will activate and I'm going to file and buff and shape everything off camera. So I will return when it is time to begin the stamping nail art. All right, let's get into some fun stamping. I love stamping actually. I don't do it as often as I should, but it's a really fun way to add some pretty intricate nail art when you don't have like all that artistic talent to hand paint stuff, which I seriously don't. So this is kind of like a great hack for me. Anyway, so I applied the stamping polish to the plate and I scraped it with my card, and then I gently picked it up with a rolling motion on my ice cube stamper here. This is also from 𝕎𝕝𝕟𝕼𝕼, and then I am placing it on the nail. Now, as you notice here, my nail was a little too long, and I just kind of turned my stamper and used the excess from the edges to kind of cover that tip. It's really not noticeable, especially once we do the next step in this process, which is to apply the chrome powder. I'm going to take my sponge, my eyeshadow sponge, and I'm just dabbing it on. I'm not rubbing the chrome in like you would with a gel polish. I'm just tapping it on and pressing it into that sticky polish. Now, I did not end up having to use my sticky base coat because the sticky polish adhered really well without needing it. Now, the trick with the sticky polish is that you don't want to let it sit on your nail for too long. You want to give it a couple of seconds to dry onto the nail so that when you're dabbing it, you don't smudge it. But if you let it sit for too long, it does eventually lose its stickiness. So you want to maybe wait 5 seconds and then start pressing the chrome powder into the sticky polish. And then I'm just using a little bit of acetone on my cleanup brush to clean around those edges. And voila, that is how you use sticky polish and chrome powder. And it's a really cool design, and I love it's like a nice alternative to like a glitter nail for an accent. I just love how it turned out. So now I'm just going to pick up one of the single images of a fairy, and I'm going to apply it to my ring finger. Now, I did not like the way that picked up, so I'm going to try again. Sometimes it works the first try, and sometimes it takes several tries to get the right pickup. But thankfully, the sticky nail polish picks up really, really well, and I did not have to try too many times. I think this was like my second attempt, and it worked perfectly. So I'm going to just roll my ice cube stamper on top of the image and pick it up, remove any excess, and then plop it on my finger, wait a couple of seconds, and then I'm going to go in with the chrome powder, which I'm doing kind of out of frame. I apologize. I forgot that I had zoomed in a little bit and I thought I was still in frame when I really wasn't. But it's pretty much the same exact process as it was for the other nail. I'm just pressing the powder into the sticky polish and then brushing off the excess powder. Once I am done and those have dried, I'm definitely going to allow it to dry at least for 2 minutes. So that when I go in with my no smudge top coat, I'm not smudging the nail polish or the chrome. I really want that design to stand out and be nice and crisp. Oh, and just a little reminder, I am a Maniology ambassador. I do have a discount code that you can use. It is Fragalicious10 for 10% off. So while I'm waiting for the smudge-free top coat to dry on that stamping design, I'm going to apply the Dipology top coat. This is one of her toppers. This color is called Moonstone, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, it is extremely subtle, so I do eventually end up applying, I believe, 2 coats to really be able to see the effect of that Aurora shimmer in there. But I would generally do that anyway for strength because it is not a dip top coat. Over my dip powder, I really want that added strength. And two coats of this were perfectly strong. I had no issues with chipping or breaking or anything like that with the topper. So once I finish applying that top coat to the 2 nails that I have Lilac Attack on, I am going to check my other 3 nails, make sure that the no smudge top coat is dry, and then I'm going to go ahead and activate. Once I've allowed the activator to dry, I will apply my dip top coat to those 3 nails. Okay, we're going to finish this up with one more coat of the topper and then the final coat of dip top coat, and I will meet you back here with the final look and to wrap it up. All right, here we are, the final look. I am extremely happy with the way this mani came out. I love the colors together. They are so springy and beautiful, and the stamping with the chrome is just mwah, chef's kiss. So pretty. I hope you'll all forgive me for my weird claw hand pose there for a second, but my nails were still slightly tacky and I did not want to smudge my top coats, but they seem to be fully dry now, so I don't have to be quite as careful anymore. But look at that. And oh, if you can see it, I don't know if you can really see it in this lighting, but that topper gives such a lovely little shimmer to Lilac Attack. I just absolutely love how that turned out. So I'm going to apply my cuticle oil, and this is just to help rehydrate my cuticles because, you know, during a mani, they get a little beat up and we like to give them some love and rehydrate them, which also keeps our nail beds nice and healthy. So what do you think of this mani? Are you as in love with it as I am? I wore this mani for probably, 2 weeks at least. It was just so pretty, and I got so many compliments on it. The chrome stamping is so much fun. It's a beautiful accent, and I love the blend of this ombre. Like, I don't think it could have gone any better than it did. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. It helps YouTube recommend my videos to others. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I really do hope that you will consider becoming part of my mani family. The more the merrier, I always say. Also, I generally do upload once a week. It has been a little bit more sporadic recently. The end of the school year is always very busy for me, but once things calm down, I will be back to my usual schedule of one upload a week. Possibly more than that during the summertime because I will not be in school and I will have a little more time on my hands. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a great week. Bye bye now.